Welcome back to Ultra Uncovered. I'm Russell Ditzworth, joined as always by Corinne Chalvoy, and joined by most of the time, Graham Chalvoy. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thanks for having me back. I haven't gotten banned yet.
Not banned yet, and the goal is to not be banned. But it sounds like you might be trying to test those limits today.
I've got hot takes.
You've got hot takes. Well, today we have a Fire Road episode. We are going to do the just a tad bit early UROY discussion. So today we're talking about the women. And yes, there are a few races that we know might impact this UROY voting towards the end of the year. But we are sitting right now in mid-November. And what we've got, like maybe JFK.
Desert Solstice.
UT, CT, the Cape Town. So a couple of races still left in the season, but there are a lot of runners that have been shutting it down and getting ready for next year. And so we thought it would be a perfect time to walk through who we think are candidates for the North American Ultra Runner of the Year award. And this is an award that is put on by Ultra Running Magazine. Years and years of this award have gone through, and there's some voting members of the community who help decide this, but it's fun to go through a lot of the names, talk about some of their seasons, and talk about who we think has a great chance at being in this ranking.
Yeah, and I think, Ultra Runner of the Year is definitely something that you end up putting on your resume. For a long time, it was one of the only kind of North American rankings for how your entire season panned out. And a few years ago, Free Trail came up with Troy, the Trail Runner of the Year, which includes both sub-ultra distance and ultra distance, and it is a worldwide global ranking. They will still be doing that as well. I don't know enough about sub-ultra or the global international athletes, so we're sticking with North America for our kind of predictions, but we're going to go through a lot of women or females that really should be considered, and we have a long list of names, so we're going to kind of go through them very quickly, but we categorize them and ourselves as people we think maybe are honorable mentions, right on that border, probably not in the top 10, but had a great season. Then we're going to talk about also people that we think are maybes for that top 10, and maybe we'll have some discussion and debate about whether or not they should be included. And then we have some people that each of us feel are squarely and very much in the top 10, if not the top, if not the podium for UROY this year. And so we will also mention those individuals or those women, and we're going to do the same for the men in another podcast.
And I think the last thing to clarify and differentiate between Troy and UROY is Troy is specifically trail. So road performances are not considered.
That's right.
Whereas for UROY, technically all ultra running disciplines are considered. Timed events, long distance events, backyard ultras, I think are considered, but FKTs, track ultras. Yep.
Okay.
But FKTs are generally not considered. Correct. So just a little bit of discussion there. Obviously I think that there's arguments, and anybody's individual resume is probably going to impact like how we feel about them and how we might consider their season. I'm thinking of specifically some performances that I hope get considered. Katie Scheid's race at Sierra Zinal, like I don't know if some voters will consider that for her candidacy for Ultra Runner of the Year, but to me, that is an amazing performance and definitely impacts how I feel about Katie's season.
So for listeners that may not know, Sierra Zinal is only an 18-mile race. It is very much a mountain race. Time-wise, how long does it take? Like
around 3 hours.
3-hour race. Women. Yeah. So by definition, an ultra is anything over 26.2. But as you mentioned, some of our not governing bodies, but some of the rankings, like a UTMB ranking, they will put things into a category, like a 50K category, and Sierra Zinal is a race that goes into that category in terms of rankings.
Yep.
So the question is, should it be considered, Graham?
Well, I think one of the things that we need to recognize and remember at this podcast is called Ultra Uncovered. So just by definition, I don't think we can consider that performance.
Well, Graham, I don't want to kick you off the show yet.
Graham's going to get canceled.
We're on strike one. All right, cool. Well, how should we proceed? I know that we each kind of divided the research, so to speak, on some of these athletes so we could really make sure that we have the stats right in terms of their season performances. If we're going to mention them here, I hope that we can get the stats right. And I won't say don't quote us. You can go ahead and quote us. But I will say, if we make an error, we apologize in advance.
Yeah. We're not the Boulder Boys, but don't quote us. So maybe we talk about each of our honorable mentions to begin with. These are people that we think probably will be outside the top 10, but they were worth at least taking a look at because they did have interesting or, significant results. So I'll go through, I just have 3 of them. One is a name that everybody is going to be very surprised to hear I'm not including in the top 10 this year, and that is Courtney Dauwalter, the absolute GOAT. Courtney has done things in this sport that many people will never even dream of touching. But I think she had a bit of a difficult year this year. And, she DNF'd at Cocodona about 120 miles into that race. She did get first at Lavaredo. So she did have a significant win at a major international race, but she didn't do very much after that. She shifted into going to do a road marathon, and she's about to do another road marathon at CIM.
Well, and her road marathon time was good, but it wasn't like Courtney good. I think myself, I was like, that's pretty quick, but it's not like what you would have expected that she would have run. And I think that makes it hard to say she should be in the top 10.
Well,
it's also not an ultra.
Yeah.
So we can't even consider it. And
so
in other words, she had a very abbreviated season.
Yeah. She ran 2:47, I think.
Yeah.
There.
That's 2:50. It's close.
Well, it's around that ballpark. But I think Courtney might even actually agree with you, which is maybe why she's going to CIM after this. It's like she got invited to go do Twin Cities. She's a celebrity. She got invited to be in the pro field there, ran a decent race, and is probably like, oh, I bet I could go faster than this.
Yeah,
and is excited by the roads now. And I'll be super stoked to see what she does at CIM. And let's just clarify for the audience. Courtney was a 5-time winner of this award from 2018 to 2023, and then was second last year. And I agree with you. I don't think she's going to be in the top 10.
Yeah, she just didn't race enough to really be considered, because I think they're looking at your entire body of work over the year. So we love Courtney. She's hopefully going to be back next year in UROY conversations, but I'm going to move on to another one that I think is just on the edge, but probably out of that top 10 in my opinion, and that would be Leah Mulligan. Is it Leah or Leah? I can't remember. It's Leah. We did have her on. Didn't we have her on before that?
We had her on as an interview before Leadville.
Yeah. So also I ran against her at Gorge Waterfalls 100K, which was a world's qualifier. She placed 5th there, which is a solid showing. She then got 4th at the Broken Arrow Triple Crown. And that's when you do all 3 events at Broken Arrow, the VK, the 23K, and the 46K. She got 4th in the Triple Crown, didn't have, I don't think, any top 10s in the individual races, but that's worth mentioning, and obviously a really good stimulus for her big objective of the year, which was Leadville 100, and she was 3rd. So a 3rd at Leadville, I think, she had a really good season. I just don't think it's quite enough to be considered in the top 10. And then my other individual for kind of, and this might be, you might have opinions on this, but I would say Hillary Girardi is also outside of the top 10. Hillary is really interesting because she is American, but she lives in France, and she has dual citizenship, I believe. So she was actually allowed to race for France in the World's long trail event. So she represented France. So I think, first of all, if you don't represent the U.S. in Worlds, maybe you don't get considered for UROY.
Damn straight.
So I think that's a strike against her, because she didn't represent the U.S. or Canada. I don't know. She did get 10th in the long trail, which 10th in the world in the long trail. Amazing. I just don't know enough about the other races she did throughout the year. She did 2Ks. I won't mention all European racing. In June, she did the maxi race 60K. She got 4th. She did Marathon de Mont Blanc, which, yes, we do know that, but she did the vertical there and got 2nd. And then she did the high trail Vinoise in France also. That's 100K, and she won that. But I just don't know enough about the competition there to really put her in my top 10.
I didn't realize that she represented France.
She did. She said, I'm very excited to represent France this year.
The website needs to be updated because it puts her, she is American too, but it puts her as American since on the result.
Yeah. But shout out to Hillary and Leah and Courtney. Amazing. Do you have anyone, Russ, that you would say honorable mention?
No, I agree with you on across all those three. Honorable mentions
for hers.
for hers.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Do you have any yourself?
Oh yeah, I've got quite a few.
Everybody's more picky than you. Crit was like, I've got 5 people out of my 14 that are guaranteed top 10.
Okay, so somebody who I want to mention who I've got in my honorable mention category is Becca Bramley. Becca's best result, in my opinion, was her second place at Run Rabbit Run. So cashed in. She is from Durango, Colorado. And then a couple other results that really impressed me were in the 50K and 50 mile category. So she won the San Juan Solstice, which is a really famous 50-mile race here in Colorado. I don't know that it necessarily draws a massive competitive field, but the race has been around for a long, long time. It
always attracts somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody races it. It's really good.
And it used to be very much if you're doing hard rock, you do San Juan Solstice.
Sure. Yeah. And she ran 9:46 there, which is the 4th fastest time ever, according to Ultra Sign Up.
That's really good.
So pretty impressive.
There's been some amazing people that have run San Juan Solstice.
Yes. She was also 20th at Black Canyon, ran 10 hours there, probably not up to her capability, and another couple of races. The Jemez Mountain 50K, heard of that one? She ran 5:30 there, also the 4th fastest time ever. And then I'm going to give her a shout out for the Telluride Mountain Run. It's a 24-mile event, but the event course record is around 5 hours. So again, my opinion that should qualify in that kind of 50K category type of race. She ran 5:23 there for 3rd this year. So,
and Telluride Mountain Run, the 40 mile is really the marquee event there too. Mm-hmm. So
it is.
They're gnarly races. They're hard, very hard. But it is. Yeah. Becca's an amazing athlete.
Another honorable mention here. This year was a World's year. So in my opinion, anyone that made the world team in the short trail or the long trail is by definition honorable mention. Ruby Lindquist, North Face athlete from Truckee, California. Ruby had a great run at the Broken Arrow 46K, which was the qualifying event for the short trail. She got 6th there, so she was not an automatic qualifier, but then she was selected to the short trail team by resume. Yeah. And then in the short trail event at Worlds, she was 11th, which is really great. She was 2nd American. Jane Moss was the only American who did better than her. So by resume on the short trail team, but scored and was the 2nd American. So great performance there.
I actually participated in the selection for the short trail this year. So that was, we selected
a good
Ruby
one.
Lindquist.
Yeah.
And she's up and coming and really just, I don't know. Yeah, she's got a lot of potential, I think. So showing cool results in a lot of the big races and jumping into the deep end. So
yeah, absolutely. So she also ran at Mount Fuji a 70K, which might kind of qualify her in terms of like something you might look at. But again, overall, I just think a great honorable mention there.
Nice.
My next honorable mention is an athlete who actually 7th in the rankings last year, Mary Denholm. Mary had a tough year, but she ran great at the Kodiak 100K.
Yeah.
Got herself kind of a UTMB index. And I think since she ran the 100K distance, she actually qualified herself for any of the finals that she wants to race. Because you can go up or down.
Or UTMB.
Yeah, right. So if you do the 100K, which she did, she won the 100K, smoked the 100K, 7th overall. When I think she's qualified for any of the UTMB events that she wants to do.
And that was her goal going into that, is to, I know she wants to run CCC next year as a main focus. And she also like messaged me that she said that I had a bike following me the entire day. And like, they actually asked me at the finish line to see my GPS file because they couldn't believe that I had run that fast. And they were speculating on all this stuff. And I was like, well, you need to know who you are. I mean, she famously started Canyons 2 years ago, ended up dropping out of that race. She also did have a DNF this year at Black Canyon 100K.
Black Canyon and Run
Rabbit due to some heat issues. So I know she would say that she also feels like she had a bit of a tough season, but really ended on that high note of a big win at Kodiak.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, an athlete that absolutely has the potential for a podium finish in this type of ranking system in the future. But, you know, this year with just basically a single result to consider, I think an honorable mention.
Nice.
Another honorable mention in my mind is Katie Asmuth. Katie was coming back from an injury this year and actually raced quite a bit. She lined up to a lot of races. And at the beginning of the year, I think the focus was, let's get ourselves back to Western States. And she had a tough DNF at Black Canyon. And then immediately went into Canyons, which she finished. So she got a finish there. She was 11th at Canyons. But then kind of once that golden ticket and Western States kind of was out of the picture, she shifted to looking at Leadville and ran a couple great 50Ks, including the qualifying event at the Tahoe 50K, which she won and earned a coin to the Leadville Trail 100. And then had a tough day at Leadville too, where she DNF'd. But she came back for a Javelina K win, 8:32, fastest time ever in that event. Now, I'll caveat that with this doesn't include any 100-mile splits, which, obviously there's a lot of 100-mile women that have split really fast. But third in that event there.
Same could be said.
Oh, for sure. The 50K there.
Yeah. Times being run in the 100K. Yeah. The 50K times being run in the 100K distance are crazy. But that's a very fast time for Javelina. Yeah.
And Katie's been in the top 10 in Ultra Runner of the Year awards in the past and absolutely has the potential to be a podium or a top 10 runner in the future. But this year, my opinion, an honorable mention.
I do think she's aiming for CCC as well. If not, of course, maybe Western again. She loves Western. It's like her favorite race in the entire world. But I think that if that can't happen for next year, she might try to do UTMB CCC next year.
Okay.
So it's been cool to see her come back.
Awesome. I've got two more names here.
Okay.
For honorable mention. One of them is Amber Weibel. So Amber's from South Lake Tahoe. She was fourth at Hard Rock this year. That I think might have been her best result, but she was also second at the Mammoth 200, the inaugural race there. So without Rachel Entrekin in the field, she wins the inaugural Mammoth 200.
How close was it?
It was
not.
I mean, what's close in a 200 mile?
A day?
She ran 55 hours.
That's pretty good.
Which, if you were to have asked Hillary Yang before the Mammoth what she thought the women's winning time was, she thought between under 60 hours was her guess. So she ran great. Rachel basically just ran out of her mind also.
Right.
I don't even remember Rachel's time. Maybe somebody who has Rachel can
think.
Yeah, I think it was 7:50.
7:49. We'll find it.
But Amber also ran Western States.
Yeah.
She ran 21 hours. She got into Western States. She ran 21 hours of Western States.
18th place.
18th place. And had a fast 50 miler just recently, an 8:13 50 miler at the Ferris 50. It's a first year event. So if you haven't heard of it, it's understandable. But when you run a first year event and you win, guess what you also have? Course record.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's good. I like it.
Well, I just love, just that lineup of how close those three events are.
Yeah.
Hard Rock, Western, Hard Rock, and Mammoth.
Yeah.
They're close.
Yeah.
So to do so well at all of them. And it's, I mean, it must have just been the lottery god's year for her. But it's like, if you get into Western and Hard Rock, do you run both of them? Of course, you have to.
Absolutely.
You have to do it. So, and she's 47. She's a mom. So that's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. So honorable mention there. And then my last two athletes, I've got two Aravaipa athletes to feature for my honorable mentions. And my last two let's talk about Lauren first. Lauren Puret's 8th place at UTMB, first American this year. It was really on the verge. There's just so many names here, but it's really on the verge to me. To me, honestly, you could argue that she might have a shot at the top 10 this year.
I think she could have a shot. Top 10 at UTMB.
I think being first American at UTMB is going to hold a lot of weight.
Totally.
And she races a lot.
Eight races.
Yeah.
8 races that qualify here. Top American at UTMB, passing Courtney, in the final stretches. Courtney, I think, was 10th. And she,
I forgot to mention that Courtney was 10th at UTMB. I apologize.
Yeah.
So she does have 2 results. I totally spaced that. 10th at UTMB.
Yeah. But Lauren was also 4th at Javelina, 100 mile, 14:52, her best time there, and the 11th fastest time ever now. And she was 1 spot and 7 minutes off of a golden ticket there. But that was not her only golden ticket chase this year. She also chased a golden ticket. So that would be a golden ticket chase for 2026. She also chased a golden ticket at Black Canyon this year and ran 9:08, which is only 2 minutes off of her time when she was third and got a golden ticket at Black Canyon in 2024. So ran a very comparable time, but this time was 16 minutes off of getting a golden ticket.
It just speaks to the depth of Black Canyon and what happened there this year. It's like nuts.
Yeah, the ticket ultimately rolled down to Abby Hall in 5th place.
Only because of pregnancy deferral.
Right.
But I feel like at this point, it's like top 15 or top 20 at Black Canyon is almost equivalent to like a top 10 at Western. It's like...
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, it's the most competitive ultra in North America.
In Graham's opinion. More competitive than Western, you think?
I do. I think it's just so much easier to get into. There's so many more people who can do it.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if we didn't have Abby Hall, who we'll talk about, running Western, because she almost did it.
Right.
Yeah. And she won the thing.
Yeah.
And barely got in.
We had...
Sorry.
All right.
You don't know. Oh, not like it just happened.
All right. Okay.
All right. So a couple other of Lauren's results, a lot of Air Viper races. She actually ran, outside of that, she ran the Twisted Fork 68K. She was third there, inaugural event. She won the Ram Party 60K, 5 hours.
She almost ran me down in that event.
There you go. He broke a course record at North Fork 50 mile, 8 hours and 7 minutes first there. Perpetua Coast 20 miler, may not be second overall there. And Coldwater Rumble also a shorter distance, I think 40K there, but she ran 3:12. So again, lots of racing highlighted by that 8th place at UTMB. And then my last honorable mention is going to be our host here, Corinne Chavoy. You can shake your head if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and read off just some of the results.
You're top 10 in my mind.
Thanks, babe.
You don't give
I better be number one.
You better don't give a podium.
That could include a win.
Uh-oh.
You did go for it. You went for Black Canyon 50K, 7th place there in 4:16. That was a World Trail Major in the shorts.
Okay, do I get a little bit of time added because I did commentary the entire day before that? Like I also thought I was like 3rd or 4th when I crossed the finish line and found out I was 7th. I'm like, holy crap, they run fast this year.
She finishes and comes over. She was like, what place did I get? And I was like, 7th. And she was like, no.
Let's just say that was it.
It was a stacked race though, too. It was fast and it was stacked because we're probably going to talk about everybody that was in the top, 5, 6, 7 places at that race.
Yeah.
But the Gorge Waterfall 100K World Long Trail Qualifier, you went for it there. You were 7th place as well there in 10 hours and 29 minutes.
I was sandwiched between Addie Bracey and Brittany Peterson. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought I ran a really good race, except for calling Graham in the last mile, thinking I might fall over.
I'm not sure I'm going to finish him. How close are you? It's like a mile away. I'm like, hang up and go.
These are the things that happen in ultras.
And then second at Javelina 100K, the race we mentioned before, right behind Katie Asmuth there.
Not right behind, like 20 minutes behind, but not bad.
Yeah, it's a good result. Big win at the UROY 50 miler, just a couple minutes off the course record there, 15 hours, 22 minutes, and about 1 million feet of climbing.
Thank you, Graham, for pacing me.
My pleasure.
And then a couple of 50Ks in there, sub 5 hour 50Ks, Silverton Alpine 50K, pretty close to the course record there as well. And Behind the Rocks 50K, which I think you just used as a training run or not a training run, but a lead up to Gorge. So yeah, 6 races there that qualify as a great honorable mention in my opinion.
Thanks, Russ.
You're welcome.
And I would just say that I'm lucky to have been able to race a really full, long season, no injuries. So you always have to just be grateful for that. And so, yeah, I think it was a decent year.
Okay, sounds good. I think we've covered the ones that I would consider as honorable mentions. Any arguments there? Mm-hmm. Besides Lauren, you guys think Lauren?
I think she might have.
I think she has a shot.
Yeah, I think she's gonna sneak in.
Totally buy that.
I mean, UTMB is such a giant race. I think that could maybe.
Cool. All right, Graham, let's hear your honorable mentions.
So I've got maybe a little bit of hot takes. Not super hot, but a little bit.
Everyone's here for your hot takes.
Some mild takes.
Some mild takes.
Lukewarm
So my
takes.
first one is Tabor Hemming. She's a great runner. I think she is capable of top 10 at UROY in the future. I just don't think her year this year kind of reflected probably how good she is. And some of the races that she did, I mean, she did Big Alta 50K. She got first. It's not super competitive. It probably will be. It's just, I don't know if it is there yet. First Canyons 50K. Second Canyons 50K. I mean, Canyons 50K is kind of like the sub race to the 100K. So I don't think it attracts quite the depth.
I'm going to argue with you there. I think Canyons 50K is extremely competitive, fast, but
when Tabor is yours to talk about, you
Okay.
She did Canyonlands Marathon first. I wasn't super familiar with the race. And then Desert Rats 21K first.
Not an ultra.
And then she DNF'd CCC. I think if she had done like a top 5 at CCC, she probably would have, right? She probably would have been in the conversation. Without that result, I don't think she is.
Yeah, I mean, she was focused on trying to run in the elite and the pro field for the marathon early in the
Boston road marathon.
Yes,
marathon,
and then kind of shifted gears when that ended up not panning out.
Yeah.
So I still think of her as more of a sub ultra specialist than I do an ultra.
Yeah, for sure.
Was she on the world team for short trail? Yeah. She was a resume spot for short trail.
Yeah, I don't know how she did.
Do we know how she did in the short trail?
I'll find out.
I didn't have that.
Yeah. Graham missed all the world stuff because where's your research?
Got to cross.
It's not an ultra sign up. Yeah.
Man.
So, so I'll jump into my next person, which is Claire Rhodes. She was 35th at the World's Long Trail, 3rd at Gorges, okay, which is a great result. And then Chuckanut, she got 2nd at the 50K. I just, there's so many people with such great results. I just don't know if that's enough to kind of get her there. She's a great runner, but I just don't know if that was enough to get her over the
automatic spot for the World Trail team
by racing.
Because Jade Bellsberg was not eligible.
Yeah.
So it was Claire and Shea Colano.
That's right.
I wonder if she DNS'd because I don't see a result.
Yeah.
With Tabor? Or with
Tabor. Sorry, Tabor.
No result on Tabor for the World Trail.
For the World.
Okay, I didn't miss it. Rachel Drake, who has been someone who's been in the top 10 UROY top 10 the last few years, had a kid this year, second kid, which is an ultra marathon in itself, but sadly she's not in for ultra of the year.
And she was 3rd in the ranking last year.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, she didn't race this year.
Right. Well, she had a kid.
I know. So but yeah. So definitely not going to be in that top.
For sure. My next one's Robin Lesh, 4th at Gorge Waterfalls 100K, which is a great result. 8th at Broken Arrow K, 1st at Moab Red Hot K, 3rd Black Canyon K, and 7th at CCC. It's a great race schedule, but it's not a top 5 at CCC. It's good at Gorge Waterfalls, but once again, there's a lot of people.
It's top American.
We can only
CCC.
We can only put 10 people in the top 10.
I'm gonna argue that.
I think I'd argue with you. Robin had a pretty breakout season.
She did.
Yeah,
it wasn't top 10.
I mean, 7th at CCC.
It's super good.
I think that whole depends on
how top American and 7th at CCC.
It depends on how much she trains with her Dower and Durango. It depends on how much weight you put into the biggest of the big UTMB and Western States.
And I do, but you got 7th.
I would also say a positive is that I don't know that she DNF'd anything. And if we're going to count DNFs against somebody, I believe she was, I think she kind of performed at pretty much every race she was at and jumped into some really competitive stuff.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But I think if you're looking at her, I mean, Gorge Waterfalls 4th, it's good.
That was her first 100K.
Right. But outside of CCC, she doesn't have anything.
What did she get at Black Canyon?
3rd.
50K, 3rd.
Yeah. But it's not Black Canyon 100K.
Correct.
50K.
Yeah.
So, without a Western States.
I mean, it's kind of, you can't, just because somebody doesn't have Western States, you can't hold that against them.
I'm just saying,
possible.
We have 10 slots and about 50 athletes.
That's true. It's true. It is true. It is true.
That's, it's a fair ranking. I'd just say, and I'm probably going to lean towards putting like 25 people in
Top 10.
Well, she and one other were my two toughest where I was like, right on the edge.
Okay.
But I didn't call it for her.
Yeah.
Jane Moss. Jane Moss is someone to watch, though. She was on the Aerovipa team. We got to hang out with her last year. She got second at Lake Sonoma 50 mile, fourth at Broken Arrow Skyris 46K, eighth at Kodiak 50K, and top American at World Short Trail. I think if it had been the long trail, I don't know, it might have been a different discussion. She might have slipped into kind of the maybe pile.
What? This is
Long trail versus short trail?
This is Graham's bias of thinking there's always a JV race.
We are talking about ultra runner of.
Yeah, the short trail was a 46K.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a long.
It's not a 50K.
It's not golden trail, short trail. Like you got to think of short trail and long trail both as the ultra distances at World Mountain Trail.
Yeah, I didn't give you guys a real hard time about your list.
Well, you'll give you a chance to get back at us.
All right. Next is Lottie Brinks, sixth at CCC, first at Desert Rats, 100K with Tarawera. It's a good, solid year. It's a good 10.
Now, do we give Lottie credit for running Worlds at Germany? No. No credit. No, even though she's
she ran Germany. No way.
Okay.
Can't do it.
I would say that her sixth at CCC is pretty heavily weighted.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm like Graham on this one,
and
on the outside looking in.
You really?
Yeah.
Would you go Robin over Lottie?
Yeah.
You would?
Mhm.
Even though
even
though Lottie had a win.
Desert Rats. Like 10 people show up for that race. I'm just saying, it's not like it's canyons.
Maybe she didn't race
or
enough.
gorges.
Did she have any DNFs?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm just happy for Lottie because she attempted UTMB 2 years ago and she dropped out. And I think it was a really rough race for her. And I think of her as such a fast, flat runner that I think it's really cool that she did so well at CCC.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just happy for her.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
yeah. I mean, she's a great runner. In normal years, I think you could put her absolutely in the conversation.
Yeah.
But once again, we have 10 spots.
I know. So one thing I wanted to say real quick about Rachel Drake and Leah Yingling is that it's likely we'll see both of them at Western States next year.
You think next year?
They have pregnancy deferrals.
They do, but it's a lifetime deferral.
So I want to just give a quick shout out to Leah Yingling, who was, what was she last year? I don't have it pulled up here.
She was
like,
eight.
Yeah. So she was like 18 UROY last year, but she is the master of giving herself future opportunities because she has a deferral to Hard Rock, a deferral to Western States, and a deferral, I think, to, what is the other one? There's
UTMB.
Maybe, yes.
Okay.
Maybe UTMB too, but one of them's lifetime, one of them's like 5 year.
Hard Rock is 5 year.
And one of them's like 3 year. And so in the next 3 to 10 years, she could just pick and choose. This year I'm gonna do Hard Rock. This year I'm gonna do
So why
Western.
do you think she's gonna do Western next year? I just think she's gonna save that.
I mean, she might, but I think it'd be really cool to see. I also think she realizes, I mean, she ran a 17:30 for 10th place.
Yeah.
Western was not as fast last year on the women's side. We talked about this 10th on the women's side at Western last year. The delta, they were still very fast times.
It wasn't as competitive.
It wasn't really, but I do think that the times are going to still continue to creep up. And so maybe Lee also has to think about, I need to do this also in my prime.
Especially Western. Because look, I mean, Katie Asmuth is a great example of you take 2 seasons off and come back and oh my God, the sport has changed immensely. And then you have to claw your way back in.
Yeah. But yes, Rachel Drake and Leah Yingling definitely going to be people in the future, in future years, maybe as early as next year. We need to pay attention to.
Yep, for sure.
I've got one last spicy one.
Okay.
Jen Lichter. I really like her. I think she is destined for UROY. I just don't know that this year was quite it. First at Speed Goat, first at Broken Arrow, earned her spot there, but then got to Worlds and twisted her ankle.
Did not start.
DNS.
Yeah. Because she did. If she'd gotten a top 5 there, I think I probably would have put her in the possible pile. But with only those 2 results, they're great results, but they're just not quite there.
Yeah.
I feel like she did more than that.
She probably did. I took some kind of
I
highlights.
no, I actually think that, because I'm going to look up her, because I think that she actually did, not to call you out here, Graham, but I think she actually may have won like Marathon de Mont Blanc or something too. She had another big international win in there. Broken Arrow, Canyons 50K DNF, Trans Gran Canaria Marathon.
That's what it was. Trans Gran Canaria.
If it was Trans Gran Canaria full, once again, give it to you. But it's the marathon, it's the JV race.
So it's basically, but I think one key thing to mention here. So Speed Goat is 50K, right?
Yep.
And it was the qualifier for short trail, but she was on the long trail team.
Yeah. So she applied resume spot to the long trail.
The Broken Arrow was the qualifier.
Broken Arrow was the qualifier, not Speed Goat.
Broken Arrow was the and she won that race.
Yeah, and so she could have done short trail, but she wanted to do long trail.
Yeah, she wanted to do long trail.
So she applied resume spot.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the committee selected her to do long trail because they felt like that's where she really, really wanted to focus. She didn't do any UTMB races. So, yeah. And it was just
she kind of put all her eggs in that basket. But with a result at the long trail and those other 3 basically wins, like dominant wins, like that's a great resume.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Awesome. Any other honorable mentions?
That's it.
Okay. Should we just keep it on you so we can keep hammering all of your
so many
analysis?
Jeez, I'm gonna start harassing you guys.
Okay.
All right. For my kind of maybes list. So we're calling it? Or
we're calling top 10 potential.
Yeah.
Top 10 potential. Okay. I've got Rachel Entrican.
Ooh.
I know
okay, go through her resume.
Yep. Past Mountain 50. Well, I'm not going to do them all because there's a billion, but Past Mountain 50 miles, she got first. Mammoth 200, she got first. Aspen Backcountry Marathon, she got first. High Lonesome, she got first. Cocodona, she got first. Whiskey Basin 91K, she got first. And Badger Mountain, she got first.
So Hilo, Cocodona, and Mammoth are kind of like the premier.
They are, but Hilo's not super competitive. It's maybe sort of competitive.
No, but her time was good.
It was for a non-competitive race.
She set a course record.
Right, for a non-competitive race. But it's just, we're not talking Western States.
Nope.
You're brutal, Graham.
The Mammoth, it's the first year she seemed to have a badass performance.
She got second overall.
Who knows? Who knows how good it was?
I think it's going to be
maybe Courtney D rolls in and runs 3 hours faster next year. We just don't know. We don't have anything to compare it to. It's good. And Cocodona, she got first. She did really well.
Course record.
It's a course record under a different course than was before. So it was
harder conditions.
A little harder. Yes, sort of. Wasn't hot, cold. Yeah, easy to run fast when it's cold. She's just not into a Black Canyon, a Western States, a UTMB race of any kind where you can really measure that performance.
So you're just saying that the competitiveness wasn't there of the races.
I think she had a badass year. I think she's an awesome runner. But she didn't do races where it's easy to say, oh, yeah, you got third at Western States. Sure, you're in my top 10 for sure.
So what do you guys think she's going to race next year? I think she's going to race Black Canyon every day.
Yeah, I think she'll run Golden Ticket.
Yeah.
I think she wants to either run Western or UTMB, actually. And then she said she wants to run Hard Rock.
Yeah.
But she would have to get in.
Right.
She has a qualifier in Hilo. Yeah. So maybe she's petitioning.
She could be a Dale's pick. I think she'd be a great Dale's pick. I think Hard Rock especially suits her a lot. Western States, $1 million question.
Do you put Hard Rock in the same category as Cocodona, though? Or Mammoth? Because the quote-unquote not competitive, or at the pointy end, there's only... But somebody that wins Hard Rock, are you giving them more weight in UROY than you would somebody who wins Cocodona?
Probably.
I mean, you say non-competitive, but at the same time, she can only race the people that show up. She went to Cocodona, Courtney was there, Courtney dropped. She went to Mammoth, Tara was there, Tara dropped. Like, you can only race who's there.
Right, but then go to Western States where you know more than just one person. You go...
It's not 1983. You can't sign up on race day.
You go get a golden ticket. And you get yourself a golden ticket and you go run that race. If she's best in the world, if she's a top 10 UROY, then she should be able to walk into a Black Canyon and get herself a golden ticket.
Yeah. Well, maybe she will this coming year.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why you've got her as a top 10 potential.
Yes. I have Riley Brady as a maybe, who I really like. First at Run Rabbit, Quad Rock first, Black Canyon first, and course record, which is amazing. But she DNF'd Western States. I think if you get a top 10 at Western States, you're in with that resume. But because of that, she had a great season.
I think they are actually
Yes,
absolutely going to make top 10 because of the dominance of first.
Yeah.
Races that people know, course record, Black Canyon. I think they're a shoe-in for top 10.
Well, good for you.
Who is in your top 10, Graham? This is what I want.
Yeah.
Because there's a high bar.
I only have a couple because there's only a couple slots for me to have. If there's three of us, we could only have 3.3.
Okay. And I'm taking 5 of them, so you definitely
that's where I was going.
I've got 10 in my top 10.
Yeah.
See, I'm picky. Last one is Aaron Clark. 11th at Western States, which is awesome. 4th at Canyons by UTMB.
So hard. 11th at Western after trying so hard to get in.
Yeah.
Race.
And you don't automatically get in.
Yeah.
So 4th at Canyons and then 7th at Black Canyon. Great results. Maybe she's UROY.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement there.
Yeah. I don't have a huge pushback on that one, Graham.
Thank God.
All right.
All right, Russ.
Are you going to have me go next?
Sure.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, now I need to.
You want me to
you
go?
Said it. Yeah, you go ahead and go. So
right,
differentiator, you said potential top 10 and then lock.
Well, yeah, I think
or like podium.
These people for me are on the border, or they're probably in the top 10.
Okay.
But maybe they're not like in the
potential.
And maybe I think they're in the top 10 in my opinion, but I don't think that they're in like the podium.
Well, and that's what mine were, and you guys are giving me crap.
Oh, I thought you were saying they are maybes for top 10.
There are maybes for top 10. Like I think you could interchange a lot of people in that maybe category.
Okay, so I think Keely Henninger.
No, absolutely not.
Hey, poor Keely. You were just going to disagree with whatever she said. And Keely happened to be on the chopping block first.
I just really like the fact that Keely has had I feel like a very interesting relationship with the sport over the years. And she came out hot. She was working for Nike. She was all in. She was running for Nike, and she kind of burst onto the scene and had these awesome results. And then I feel like she just had these crazy things happen to her, especially at Western States, that really were
Weird
traumatic experiences,
Yeah.
like dislocating your shoulder and having to try to put it back in yourself for 30 minutes before you
she
actually.
was on the live stream, walking around trying to figure out how to put her
Oh,
arm back
God.
into soccer.
And then a major ankle roll one year at Western, multiple drops at Western, decides to go unsponsored this year. Other than GU sponsorship, she does not have a major shoe sponsor after being with Ultra previously, is going to medical school. So she is very, very busy. She coaches. She's a podcast host on the Trail Network pod, like a scientist, very, very busy, but decides to kind of separate herself from the professionalism of the professional aspect of the sport, but
there's a lot of context here.
But has a really good year. My point is she decided to step away from sponsorship pressure, this, and she had one of her best years yet. So she was 4th at Big Alta, kind of training, representing Free Trail, 3rd at Canyons, which qualified her for Western. And then she was 9th at Western. So she finally got a top 10 at Western. I think it's just awesome. And
what was the Canyons 100K lineup? What?
So
she got 3rd. She got a golden ticket.
So it was Emily Haga,
okay,
Marianne Hogan, and then Keely Henninger.
And Emily was already in. Okay, so she won a golden ticket. Got a golden ticket, got into Western, and locked a top 10 for next year.
Yes.
Which is absolutely meaningful.
And she has yet to decide if she's going back yet to Western.
Okay.
I don't know.
She has to decide by
December
the
6th.
lottery.
December 6th.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a few other people who haven't decided, but we'll talk about that in the guys.
I'm one of them.
You're undecided?
I think we got to put Addie Bracey in top 10. Golden ticket to Western at Javelina. 11th at High Lonesome. Okay. 1st at West Lane Winder and Sawash Ascent, which is the Sawash 50-50, which will get her into high-low again next year if she wants to. 6th at Gorge 100K and 1st at the Spirit Trail Race Marathon. The Javelina performance for me just kind of puts her in there, but maybe she's 9th, 10th. Right,
yeah.
Right on that.
Golden ticket, amazing. Gorge, Gorge really, really good. 6th there and, shooting for that world's team spot. Borderline for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is why you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think another borderline, but man, I'm pretty dang impressed with Stephanie Case.
Yeah.
43 years old.
So impressed.
Of course, she became the new Sophie Power this year because she was breastfeeding her daughter at Ultra Trail Snowdonia and en route won the race. It's 100K. She was 5th at Hard Rock. She, ran great race at Hard Rock. She's 43 years old. And then she ran another 100 miler. She got 2nd at Nice Côte d'Azur 100 mile the end of this year. Again, I think she could be on the bubble.
I think she'd be on the bubble.
McKendry Hickory, 1st at Behind the Rocks. She beat me. 13th at Canyons 100K. 2nd at Leadville Silver Rush. Second at the Silver Rush 50, and 3rd at High Lonesome. So a solid year, but no super standout mega results. And then Lindsay Allison out of Telluride, lot of racing. 17th at Black Canyon 100K, 2nd at the Big Alta 50K, 1st at Lake Sonoma Marathon, 2nd at the Telluride Mountain Run 40 miler, 3rd at the Rut 28K, 7th at Kodiak 50K, 30th at the Short Trail Worlds. Did have 2 DNFs at Speed Goat and Broken Arrow 46K. A very busy season. And I think, attempting some longer stuff, but I would say maybe still excelling at the shorter sub-ultra distances. And then also Sarah Ostaszewski. Has she been UROY before? I feel like
she was tied for 10th in 2023.
Okay. So she had a good year, but these are races, again, that Graham might argue are not competitive. She won and broke the course record at the UROY 100 miler. She won the running up for air 12 hour. I don't know if we count that. 3rd at Cocodona, 10th at San Juan Solstice, and 2nd at Sal's 100 this year.
Yeah, Sarah I think she runs the events on Vibes, for Vibes, and I don't know that she cares too much about going after races that UROY people think are important. She's going to go do what she thinks is fun, and
I think that's
whatever happens there. Top 10. But definitely great honorable mention there. All right, I've got my potential top 10s outlined here. So let me go first to Hannah Allgood as a potential top 10.
Potential top 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Adidas Terex athlete from Colorado Springs.
She was 8th last year or 9th? She was in the UROY.
She was in the top 10 last year. I'm going to put her best result as the Canyons PK win.
Yeah, that was huge.
A 15th overall, but a win there under 4 hours. Great race. Beat Tabor Hemming when Tabor had a good day.
Yep.
And she was already in Western States as a golden ticket recipient from Javelina the year before. She was 7th at Western States.
Yeah.
Top 10 at Western States, 17:39. Good result. I don't think for her, great result. I think she's got a lot of potential, but I don't know that she's going to be interested in going back to Western States. So she kind of took her summer training to OCC, was 13th at OCC.
Mm-hmm. Said she had a tough day there, but 13th is still pretty good at
still
OCC.
Good. Yeah.
13th is great at OCC. And, Jim Walmsley argued that the top 10 at all of these championship races, OCC, CCC, and UTMB, should be celebrated as a podium. And I totally agree with that. So 13th is a decent result there. I think she probably had her eyes set on something better than that. But the other 2 results that are in there are a couple other sub 4 hour 50Ks. Marin Ultra Challenge, 351, course record. Bear Chase 50K, 346, course record. And she is gearing up for JFK. So if she knocks one out of the park at JFK, she's got, podium potential in the ultra running.
Where would you put her right now?
In the back half of the top 10 or maybe missing out.
Yeah.
Just because of the other athletes that are out there.
Yeah. I mean, she's just getting faster. Bear Chase, she improved her own time by like 17 minutes.
Yeah.
And really
50K
really
course record. I mean, it's a fast course, but it's still got climbing. It's not a road.
Water crossings.
And water crossings,
Yeah.
which I had no idea.
Basically ran 7-minute pace over everything.
Yeah.
Mountains, rivers, doesn't matter. 7-minute pace.
I think she and Allison Baca like to train together, and they both, I think, at heart really like running fast 50Ks. That's what they like to do.
The other one that I have as a potential top 10 is Helen Mino Faulkner, a Hoka athlete. She was 7th in the voting in 2023. She's from Truckee, California. She started off the year with a 4th place at Tarawera 100K, which earned her a golden ticket. And she accepted the golden ticket. Ultimately, she decided to decline it, and it rolled down 1 place further. But in my mind, that's a golden ticket. You get to put golden ticket on your resume if you get handed it and you hold it. And, to me, that's a thing, just like UROY top 10 as a resume thing. Winning a golden ticket is a thing you put on the resume. So I think she gets that there. Then I think for her season, she was kind of thinking like, okay, I think she might want to do Leadville. But she ultimately got 2nd place at the Broken Arrow 46K and got an automatic spot for the short trail world team. And so I think she pivoted her season a little bit there. She went out and ran the Telluride Mountain Run, the 24 mile there, then for 2nd overall.
Did she win?
She won.
I thought you got
second overall.
2nd overall.
Oh, okay.
First female.
First female, 2nd overall, 2nd fastest time ever. And she beat the course record holder on that day by about 10 minutes, Lindsay Allison.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, pretty good there. Ultimately at World Short Trail Championships, she got 85th place. I tried to look back to see.
I heard
maybe
the story of this.
What happened, but
it was just a blow up, and then she decided to just march it in. Like I think Boulder Boys gave her like the award for like the toughest, just way to finish kind of award thing, because I think she was just completely like maybe in the top 3 for a while, and she just completely blew out.
Yeah, I mean,
but she marched it in.
Yeah, the message that I got from I was expecting to look at a Instagram message or something that said like this happened or whatever, but it was like not an excuse laden post. It was like 85th, not happy, but proud I did what I did and move on. So it's like, that's exactly how you got to approach something like that. So a lot of respect there. I think she had a great start to the season. I think kind of fizzled, but still some good results and a potential for a top 10. All right. Those were my only 2. And then I think I have the rest of mine. I think I have, 6 or 7 for sure top 10s in the rest of my list.
You have 6 or 7?
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up within 10 minutes. No, but now we get to we're getting to
now
the
it gets easy.
good stuff.
Yeah.
These are the top of the top.
You did your potentials. Okay, so why don't we start with you then?
I have 5 people.
You have 5. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
people.
So we have 12 for sure.
So
top
Graham's that professor that gives 1A to the entire class of 200.
Damn right. Only one person's the best.
All right. Well,
I think that's actually decent. We have 12 people that we think are for sure.
So like when I
10.
did this, like I thought like this was going to be like podium. Yeah, here's top 3.
Okay, cool.
So you graded very
well. Why don't you start then, since you've got?
But before you do that, let's just give a quick plug for the podcast itself, because we're sponsored by ourselves. So go share this with somebody. We're gonna tag everybody that we talk about in this, so that hopefully.
Yes.
But yeah, leave us a comment, a review, follow us, and
Here's a great thing that you could do on your next long run that you're with people. Ask them if they ever listen to this podcast, and if not, they should.
Yeah. And let us know which races we should cover. And if you want to go back and listen to our JFK episode, we might put a little repost in our stories about that. We had an amazing episode with Ian and Emily Torrance last year, all about JFK. I'm actually going to go commentate the race this year, so I'm super excited to go out there and experience it myself and check it all out. And so, yeah, our goal is to have a lot of evergreen episodes people can come back to if they want to learn about some of the biggest races and most cool races in the United States and the world. Okay, great.
So I'll start with who I'd consider like my second best, Emily Hoggett. She's super consistent. She's been on there before. She got 10th at Western States, 1st at Canyons 100K, 1st at Salmon Falls, and then 6th at UTMB. I think Salmon Falls by far.
She was 6th overall at UTMB?
Yeah, but the Salmon Falls one is.
Hey.
Yes, she was 6th at UTMB. She had awesome year.
Great.
I mean, to do Western States and UTMB just in the same year is amazing, because they're 2 pretty different races and to go top 10 at both. It's amazing. So she is, to me, kind of a lock for podium. UROY.
And even though she's from Zimbabwe, we're considering her. She
lives
Western States.
because does she have citizenship?
I think so.
I don't know if she has citizenship, but she lives in
Auburn, basically.
Auburn. She's basically a local for Western States.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. My next one is Tara Dower. Tara is a badass runner. She got first at Javelina. I didn't even see her all day. She was in front of me by far. And I was probably kind of in the middle of the top 10 women, but I never saw her. That's how far ahead.
She broke the course record by 30 minutes.
By 30 minutes. I mean, crushed it. So that second at Black Canyon 100K.
Also under the previous course record.
Also and way under the previous course record. If you haven't seen her finish that race, you could just put in that. It's a meme now. It's basically her slitting her throat across the finish line. It's amazing. So those two by themselves are really awesome. She did DNF Western States. She was sick going in. She'd been sick for like 2 weeks prior. I think she was just like, let's give it a go. Got like 80 miles in, if you got to, anybody remembers. She got real far.
She suffered. She had herself a day.
She had a rough day. And then Mammoth, I think she decided to prioritize that over. She wants to get back to Western States, is what she said. So she was starting to feel like Mammoth wasn't her day. She was probably going to dig herself a hole to finish. She prioritized Javelina over that. So I'm giving her kind of my top spot.
Yeah.
You think she's going to win Ultra Runner of the Year?
No.
Okay.
But I'm getting her like out of my athletes that I had.
Okay.
That's my top.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of foreshadowing, but anytime you can win 2 golden tickets in 1 year, in a calendar year, it's for 2 races, right?
Yeah.
Black Canyon for the 25 race and then Javelina for the 26 race. But anytime you can win 2 golden tickets, I think that is pretty much a lock.
And the times that she ran both those courses.
Yeah. Course records on.
It's almost like she bookended the year with like similar-esque performances.
Yeah.
I think there are maybe equal amounts of caffeine consumption in both races too, like 800 milligram type range in both of these, because she just was on a different planet at the end of both of those races. But it's just like, you cannot. I also think she had so much fire because a lot of people were telling her like, maybe you shouldn't do this, maybe you shouldn't. And that is the thing you do not want to tell Tara Dower if you want her to, if you're lining up against her. Don't tell her, I don't think that's a good idea, because it just fires her up.
And we're not mentioning the long trail FKT,
Correct.
but my goodness, like still, that's a massive effort in the middle of all of this.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So this is me not mentioning it.
Yeah. There it is.
So we should go back and forth, one person at a time, okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. I've got Abby Hall. I think she's going to be probably on the podium of UROY, simply because she won Western States this year. Any Western States winner is got to be up there. She did DNF UTMB, kind of was, let's see how it goes, and didn't go. But she was 4th at Chianti and 5th at Black Canyon. And then when it really, really mattered, she was the champion of the most competitive 100-miler in the U.S.
She was chasing the golden tickets and didn't know. She ended up earning the golden ticket off of Black Canyon.
Because it rolled down from MK Sullivan, who was pregnant.
But she didn't know that.
She didn't know.
She didn't know that, and she went to Chianti overseas.
And raced because MK didn't know that she was pregnant, or she was pregnant during it, but she didn't tell them until close to the May time frame when, and then she got to tell Abby that she was giving her the ticket.
Pretty cool.
Really cool.
Really cool.
So, that was awesome. So Abby Hall has had some amazing results, but also like probably the biggest comeback story of all time from an injury perspective. She was severely injured for a good year, and now to do this, like
maybe even 2.
Maybe even 2. Yeah. So I think she's definitely top 3 for you, right?
All right. I've got Allison Baca, Hoka athlete, Golden, Colorado. Started her season with a big win at Black Canyon 50K, ran 3:45 there. So fast on that course. Ended up going to Desert Rats, ran under 4 hours there for a win. Was 10th at CCC this year. So second American to Robin Lesh, I think. So a top result, I'm going to call that a podium at CCC for since Jim Walmsley agrees with me. And then a 23rd at the World Trail Long Trail course. I'm correcting my statistic here because you were telling me that Hillary was not running for the United States. So she was the second American in the long trail. And we all know who the first American was. Katie Shy. So second American at the long trail. And she followed it up. She ran a race in Mexico in the 50K category and won that as well. And sounds like she is ranked number 1 in the 50K distance by ITRA. I'm going to go ahead and
in
say
the US or in North America.
America.
I don't think she's on the podium. I think she's back half top 10. I mean, she's had a good season, but it's not It's not crazy. I think she's an awesome runner. I just don't know if that resume puts her
on the podium
on the podium or in
the
top
3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Another big hitter here. Someone we just saw break the 50-mile world record, Ann Flower. Ann Flower has only won this year. She was the first at the Leadville Marathon, first at Silver Rush 50. She was first at Leadville 100-mile, breaking an Ann Trayson 30 course record.
It's like 93, I think.
Crazy old course record. And then she went to Tunnel Hill and ran 6:23 pace for 50 miles and set a new world record in 5:18:57.
So fast. 14 minutes off of the old course record that was just set the previous year
By
Courtney Olson. She broke a Camille Herring record. So these are fast records, fast times. 14 minutes off a 50-mile record on the roads. It's
significant.
It's significant.
Yeah.
Think about it like somebody breaking the marathon world record by 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like the Leadville.
Yeah.
Leadville
in her first 100.
Incredible.
Ann Trayson, that record. So that means what? 33 of the fastest women at Leadville couldn't break Ann Trayson's record. And she goes and does. Leadville's not as competitive as it once was. Leadville doesn't attract huge, but there's been a lot of fast people who've done it in 33 years. So that's, I think I agree. She's podium.
Yeah, I think she is definitely maybe 1 or 2 this year.
I don't think she's 1.
Oh, I don't think she's 1 either. Sorry, that we know who that is. Maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Okay. My next one, and I'm going to try to go descending order up to the ones that I have the most confidence in to rank the highest in the rankings. So my next one, Shea Aquilano, Nike ACG athlete from Boulder, Colorado now. She started off her season 6th place at Black Canyon, 8:53. Only a minute off the golden ticket, but she was
100K.
Black Canyon 100K. But she was in the race already. She was in Western States already.
Yeah.
She got picked in the lottery.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of cool that people that are already in it like this, like I compare this a little bit to Heather Jackson going to Black Canyon after she was already in Western States on a sponsor spot.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like, I'm a pro athlete. I'm going to go to this golden ticket race and kind of prove it.
Yeah.
Almost. And Heather Jackson had a spot and rolled down. Shea Aquilano right there. She ended up 16th at Western in 21:08, so maybe not the best there. But what she did do was she won the qualifier for the world's team in the long trail at Gorge Waterfalls 100K. She ran 9:14.
She ran very well.
First place there. 20-minute course record. All 3 of the top women were under the previous course record. So that was Shea Aquilano, Jade Belsberg, and Claire Rhodes, and then was 14th at the World Long Trail Championship in Confranc.
That's pretty good because
I have it as 3rd American, I think, 11:18. So maybe she was. That sounds right. So it was Katie, Allison, Shea.
Allison got a lower place than 14th, didn't she? I think she did. I think.
Okay. Well, then maybe I was right. Again, facts. Okay.
Yeah, well, either way, she did pretty well.
She did great
at
at trail. So again, I think a really great chance at a top 10. I don't necessarily think a podium for
I agree.
for UROY, but I think a great chance at top 10.
Well, and she's pretty early career running wise. She's
Super
got
early
some
career.
time to get on the podium.
Yeah, I said Nike ACG, but also runs a lot with the trail team, Andy Wacker's
She was
group.
on the trail team for
Yeah,
a year or
exactly.
two. She may now be a mentor, but she's only like 23 years old or something. Great.
24, 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's very young.
She's run a lot of ultras though.
I
How
know.
young she is.
I know. She's like kind of like the next like Dakota Jones
Yeah.
or like a Ryan Montgomery who like
Mhm.
started really early.
I thought maybe that Western was like a 100-mile debut. No shot. She's run 100
Oh,
miles
she's run
before.
so many hundreds.
Exactly.
She
It's
ran
crazy.
Run Rabbit.
She ran Run
took
Rabbit.
a wrong turn
Yeah.
and then down place wise.
She ran Javelina a few times. Like, yeah.
She's run Black Canyon like 6 times.
Yeah.
She's a vet. She's awesome. So it's cool to see her having a great year. Okay, I'm going to mention Kareth Arnold here. I think she was the first American to ever win TDS. While TDS is not the most competitive race of the UTMB circuit, it is a very difficult race. She won it. It is a World Series final race. So she was first at TDS. She races a lot. She was 5th at Canyons, okay. She was 2nd at High Lonesome 100. She was 1st at the Hurricane 100K, 1st at Twisted Forks 60K, 3rd at Way Too Cool 50K, and she's still going to run another race this year called the Dead Horse 50K on the 15th of November, probably. She just races a lot, but a lot of good diversity too. 50Ks all the way to, TDS, which is like probably a 30-hour long race, showing that she can be competitive at all of those. And I think she had a really, really solid year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think she's maybe for top 5, but I think she's
In the
probably
top
pretty
10.
locked top 10. I got to hang out with her twice for 2 long periods of time. She was at the aid station that I commentated at Hard Rock.
Yeah.
So I talked to her a bunch at 3:00 in the morning. And then we ran like probably 10 miles of Javelina together.
I'm a DNF at Javelina.
Yeah. So did I.
That might take its own whole podcast. All right. My next runner here, I said foreshadowing, is somebody who basically was in position for 2 golden ticket wins this year. And that's Beth McKenzie. Represents Win Republic, her own brand.
She's the CEO.
She is American, but lives in Sunshine Beach, Australia. Started her season with a 3rd place at the Tarawera 100K, which would have been golden ticket position. Ultimately, the golden tickets rolled down to Caitlin Fielder, or Caitlin Fielder earned hers a 2nd, and then ultimately the 2nd one rolled down to Nancy Jiang in 5th place. She followed that up with a 2nd place at Ultra Trail Australia 100K. Not sure how competitive that is, but a 2nd place there at a UTMB event. 34th at CCC. So tough race, but 2nd place in her 100-mile debut at the Javelina 100, 14:31, 5th fastest time ever. Also 2nd place in golden ticket position. Ultimately, that golden ticket went to Addie Bracey in 3rd place.
Yeah, she's not eligible for a golden ticket because of a previous infraction and ban that she served during her triathlon.
Which, based on what I know about that, I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Western States has a no tolerance policy. If you serve anything longer than a 3-month ban, you're not eligible to run Western States, so she can't get a golden ticket. She actually appealed it. She did a YouTube about it. If you want to go watch it, I think it's called This Is 45 is her YouTube channel. But she's an amazing runner, and
This is 45 is her YouTube channel?
Yeah.
What happens when she's 46?
Then she'll change it to something else.
Oh.
That's like the season.
Oh, I
series.
see.
But it's the name of
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So, she's coached by Megan Roach. She's gritty as all get out. She's really, really solid runner. And she at Tarawera, I mean, I think it's worth saying she was 3rd to Ruth Croft and Caitlin Fielder.
Yep.
Like that is a deep, deep field. And people like Nancy Jiang and Helen, Faulkner also in that field. Like that was a stacked race. So
it was stacked on the women's side. For sure.
Yeah. I think she should be in top 10.
Yep. Totally agree.
Personally. Okay. I only have 2 more. Marianne Hogan, who I will mention next. She was 10th UROY last year. So she got the 10th Ultra Runner of the Year place last year. But this year, she was 2nd at Canyons 100K and 3rd at Western States. And those 2 things, I think, are really, really solid results. I mean, podium 3rd at Western in 1650. Just really, really amazing runs. And I think it's going to put her definitely like in the top 5, I would say.
Yeah. And plus, it was pretty impressive. At Western, she lost one of her legs. It got chopped off with 20 miles together, and she hopped on one leg the last 20 miles.
Ramsey's just referencing that she usually has some massive physical ailment come up, yet she continues. She breaks her finger. Her psoas completely goes out. She did projectile vomit through like Forest Hill and just kept running, and then was like, "Sorry,
I threw up on you.
I'm sorry, guys." It was great.
She's got a lot of drama.
Oh, she is so tough. Like, so tough. Yeah. So, anyway, she's awesome, and she is a Canadian.
Awesome. My next one was the fourth place, tied for fourth last year in Ultra Runner of the Year, tied with Emily Hawgood, and that's Megan Eckert. So Megan is in the long ultra scene and the road ultra scene. And so I'm going to list off some of her results because I bet we will not have been familiar with a lot of these. Big's Backyard Ultra this year. She was second.
I have heard of that one.
She got the assist.
She got the assist on the women's side. Both her and Sarah Perry broke the previous world record, which was 87 yards. A yard is 4.167 miles done in a single hour. So 92 yards was her result, which is 4 hours short of 4 days. 383.33 miles.
Oh my God.
And, basically both she and Sarah broke her previous world record, which was 87 yards.
So are backyards counted in UROY consideration?
They count in my book. I don't know if they count them.
I don't know the answer.
I don't think they do.
Because it's...
I think they count because I think Ehor ended up in the top 10 one year.
I guess it is like a sanctioned race, but it's not.
It's kind of like a track.
But it's a format. You have to stop every
I think it's counted.
It's the last person standing.
Yeah. Okay, now that's a very impressive record. My next one may even be more impressive, and people may not know about it. She went to the multi-day Ultra World Championships, which I just didn't even know was a thing, in May 2025. It's in France. She broke the 6-day world record. Now, the 6-day world record was held by Camille Herron, 560 miles.
Did she do it in the Lululemon event?
No. 560 was done in a specific 6-day event.
Okay.
She only went for
something.
Yeah,
she
went
break that
way under. She may have had plans to break the 6-day in that, but she ended up breaking the 6-day record in a separate event. It was an indoor event. Anyway, Megan was the first woman to ever break 600 miles. She went 3.15, broke the previous course record by over 40 miles in the 6-day world record.
That's insane. So she did 100 miles a day for 6 days. She did 6 consecutive 24-hour hundreds. Wait, is this this is indoor?
It was the multi-day Ultra World Championships. I don't know if the venue was indoor.
Looks like. Yeah. Holy moly!
The event that's like that in the United States is called 6 Days in the Dome. It's in Indianapolis, and it is an indoor track. But anyway, so world record there. Her and another athlete world record at Biggs. She also ran Badwater this year. She was second at Badwater.
Oh my gosh! Okay, she's
as a top 10 time overall in the event. Badwater's been going on a long time.
Yeah.
Ashley Paulson actually has the course record at Badwater, 21 hours or so. She broke her own course record this year. That's why Megan was second. But nobody else on the women's side has, they're around like 24 hours on the top list. So she ran 26 hours and 24 minutes there. She was second at the Antelope Island 100 miler. Both she and Ashley Paulson again were under the previous course record by about an hour. Maybe Ashley should be on this list. She's a good honorable mention. Ashley is because she had a couple good events as well. And then John Kappas, which is a race in Silverton. Not many people know about this thing, but there's a 19-hour race that's like, as many loops as you can do. A lot of climbing, obviously. It's in Silverton.
Tons of climbing, not marked. Yeah. Navigation, orienteering.
Just to give you an idea of how hard this is, Eric Sorensen has the course record there. The 50K course record is 12 hours and 27 minutes. 50K.
Which is about what he ran the UROY 50 mile. Which is a really hard race.
Gives you an idea of how hard this thing is. Yeah. She's also got some 50K stuff in it. She races a ton. So again, I think for my in my book, she was 4th in the voting last year. I think she only improved on what she did this year. So
wow, that's
Megan Eckert.
Wow.
Yeah, she's not going to be on a lot of people's radars, but that's very impressive.
She's not going to be on a lot of trail focused people's, minds, but I think all of these things are massive contributors, and I think that the voters will know who she is.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. Let's talk about Courtney Olsen. Courtney Olsen didn't race that much, but she set an American record in the 100K at Tunnel Hill and broke Ann Traysen's record, which was 7 hours and 48 seconds, 7 hours flat and 48 seconds. She broke it by 53 seconds, ran a 6:59:55, and wrote a post about how it was actually quite a hard day for her. And she didn't think she was going to get it. She was off early, and then at the very end, just had to go full beast mode when she thought it was even close. And she broke it. And in doing that, she also got second in the 50 mile at Tunnel Hill for her 50-mile split during that 100K. So I think she's probably going to be on this list. Because anytime you set an American record, I think that's pretty significant. I don't know where she'll fall. It'll be kind of interesting because I don't think she did very much else throughout the year.
Yeah. I mean, I think Anne will be above Courtney, but yeah, amazing. We just did an episode on the desert solstice, but is Tunnel Hill the place where people are going to break these distance records?
It is. It's the championship. It's technically, I think, the 50-mile.
It was the 50-mile USATF championships.
Yeah.
When I think it's a crushed.
Was it the 100-mile too?
I think it was the 100. It might have been the 100-mile.
So it's like a crushed gravel rail trail. So it's very flat. I think a really good surface to run really fast on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have that debate, track versus a road, like a gravel.
But this is even something different, right? It's not a road.
It's track versus gravel.
So just you get more give on gravel.
Yeah. Seems to be where they're okay, that's it. That's
okay. My last one. I think the consensus winner of this award, at least among us three, Katie Scheid, started her season with the first at the Madeira Island, MIUT, 7th overall there, but a win. First at Hard Rock in 25:50, course record by 20 minutes, and a first at the World Long Trail Championship event, a 25-minute margin of victory.
That's nuts.
Under 10 hours for a course that they thought the guys were going to take 10 hours.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go ahead and put in that second at Sears and All and make amends because I thought that she had no chance to even get into the top 10, and I did not put her in my fantasy free trail for Sears and All, or maybe it was top 5 at Sears and All for that race for fantasy free trail.
I didn't realize Sears and All was ultra.
Sierras and All, in my mind, should be in the 50K category. She did run 3 hours there.
Pens are flying.
Pens are flying.
Podcast.
I'm going to take back that beer I gave you. But a second at Sears and All. It's totally incredible.
Absolutely.
But you can go ahead and throw that one away if you want, and she's still first in my book.
Yeah. She had an awesome year. This is her second year in a row, I think, of having an absolutely spectacular year, and she does not seem to be slowing down.
And she raced for the United States.
There it is. That's one of the most important things.
She did. She did not race for France. I don't know if she could, but she did not. So we're going to give it to her. Yeah. Amazing year by Katie. And can't wait to see kind of what she tackles next year. I don't know. She's pretty dominant right now.
Yeah. I'll be very surprised if there's a name that shows up in the top 10 that we did not name. We went through kind of a big group.
If we completely missed somebody, let us know. But I think we've covered a lot of people, and I don't know that we missed anybody that is going to be in the top 10. But let us know who your podium is for UROY on the women's side. And thanks for listening. Go follow all of these women because they're all crushers, and give them some love and follow along with their seasons next year.